Welcome back to Rolling Solos Part 2 of a playthrough of Masmorra, Dungeons of Arcadia, the Alliance mode. And there's a few things that Luke's run into in this medium-sized room right here that he's going to have to put up with in order to move on. And where we left off last time was setting up that medium-sized room. And a few things that we didn't do right after we set up that medium room is take into account the fact we need to flip the next small tile. So I'm going to do that really quick, and it is a spawn, just a regular small room tile with a spawn there. So we know that'll be coming up in the future. And essentially we were in Luke's turn, and we have to also remember that, again, Dark Assault is the evil card that's kind of plaguing us at the moment, and we're going to have to do some fighting. Once the cultists are reduced down to 1, then that 1 will turn into the major monster, from what I understand in the rulebook. So someone can correct me if I'm wrong, and let me know if I happen to interpret that incorrectly, but the rulebook has its faults, so I'm doing my best here to kind of make sure I'm doing this as correct as possible. So Luke's going to start his turn. He's got to roll his dice, of course. Let's see what we get. Got some shields, a bow, sword, 2 movement, and alright, so with those dice, Luke's got to generate some serious attack here. So, you know what I'm going to do is Luke actually has a card here called Weaken, sorry. You can play it during your turn, and it says choose 1 room, and all monsters in that room have -1 defense until the end of this turn. So this might be a perfect card to play as Luke takes on 3 cultists. Now the cultists are all defense of 2, and at the start of combat, the cultist steals 1 healing die if available. If not, it steals 1 healing symbol. So it will try to steal this healing symbol. So I'm going to go ahead and use that as a reroll because I know they're going to take it from me anyway. And I'm also going to maybe reroll 1 of the feet and maybe both of the feet. Let's make sure we get some clean kills. Maybe see if we can get some lucky bows so we don't take as much damage. So we're going to reroll these ones. Got some magic, a bow, and a shield. That's not bad at all, actually. So, with what Luke can do here, he's got 2 ranged melee attack and some magic. Well, he's going to first off, with these 3 that are sitting in this room, he's going to first off attack the first cultist. He's going to dock a single die because he only needs 1. The defense is 2, but he generated only needs to generate 1 attack because of the Weaken card that he's played. So this cultist, in essence, it is dead. Now we'll move on to the next attack. The next attack is going to be against another cultist. So we're going to take this cultist, put him here, and he's going to dock another dice to take out that cultist. So now he's dead. Both of those are dead cleanly. Now what's going to happen is this cultist is going to disappear, and what's going to appear in its place, if I can find it fast enough, and that's probably not going to happen because I got to try to remember where this dice is hiding, but it's a major monster. Here we go. So this guy here is summoned at the very end by the cultist because he took out everyone but 1 of them, and you can see that he's going to attack of 3 and a defense of 4, but we again played all monsters lose a defense, so he's only 3 defense. So what we're going to do in order to generate enough attack is we're going to use a sword and a shield. As you can see up here, actually what we might do is just generate Luck favors the bold, actually. So we'll just dock this dice up here. It's going to give us 2 sword symbols and a shield. And then we're going to, so that gives us 2 swords, what we need. And we need 3 in order to kill him. So we're going to come back over here. We're going to dock a magic die. And we're going to put that there in the use spot. We're going to flip this to a sword, and we're going to dock this one. So now we have 3 melee attack against the major monster. So it is going to kill the major monster, unless, of course, because there's always some special abilities on these guys that can come back to haunt you. So let me just take a quick look through the reference sheets to make sure I'm not missing anything. And it says, heroes can't use any abilities while in a room with a Dark Watcher. Oh, well, if that's the case, it looks like Luke can't actually use his top ability there, which is luck favors the bold. So now I have to come up with a different tactic here. If he can't use any of his abilities, it certainly makes it tougher. Now I would have had 2 shields because one of them would have got flipped. So really, this is what I would have had. But one thing I'm also noticing over here is Luke does have a critical strike card. That's great. So how about we go ahead and we spend this critical strike, which we can play on your turn to generate 3 swords. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use all these shields to block the damage that the major monster is going to come at us with. So we block 2. We're also going to use this magic die, place it over here. We're going to be able to change this to a shield because we're using magic. So now we've generated 3 shields defense, and we've actually generated 3 attack, -1 defense. And guess what? That's enough to not only kill the major monster, but also completely block his attack back or payback reaction on us. So that worked out pretty good. So both these cards are now gone and used, so that's kind of a downside. But now Luke has completely cleared that whole room out and gains all this XP, which is kind of insane. So he's got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 XP. So Luke is going to be jumping from 3 to 4, or I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's insane. So he is almost going to the next level already. So in terms of his abilities, we'll take a look and see what he can jump up on. You know what? I kind of know. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking that the watch it played option is the best. It's going to give him an extra dice to roll every single turn. So let's go with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of these white dice. It's going to represent his extra watch it play dice that he gets to roll on his turn. And that's pretty much it. So he's pretty much exhausted all of his stuff. So we've already turned the tile over, so we know what it is. This darkness, or this evil card, sorry, gets tossed. Oh, it does say that all monsters inflict 1+ wound with their payback. So I guess I caught that. So Luke will, in fact, actually lose 1 health. So that's too bad. He does have a card here to give him the ability to heal, but let's not use it yet because there's probably going to be worse fights that he's going to have to deal with sometime in the future. And of course, all these dice go back in the bags for the battle. And on top of all that, because he killed 3 monsters, Luke actually gains 3 cards. So he's going to gain, looks like he's got some parry and shields up. He's got chain heal, lesser heal, mind control, dismiss. And now he's got another one to add to the pile, frost trap and sleep spell. That's actually pretty good. Some of those are actually pretty powerful. So those should come in handy, or at least give us some more options to think about in the future. So his turn is in essence done. Now, as you'll notice, there is no spawn tiles. We got the beginning tile here, and he's on a medium tile here. So when you come to the end, you collect your bounties, which we did. He has no dice left, so he can't get any coins. And we're gonna have to go ahead and move the counter now up to 3, right? So it's ticking down to 21 quicker than we probably want. And of course, in terms of moving monsters, well, there are no monsters, and in terms of spawning monsters, well, there's no spawns. So as of right now, we are good to go. So we'll just flip his token back over, and now we'll switch over to Algus. And we'll basically remove all of the dice here from Luke. Algus is ready to go. We're going to flip the evil card for Algus, and it's a Sealing Rupture. The active hero must choose, take 2 wounds or lose their natural ability until the end of the turn. I think we've seen this before. I think this was one that maybe Luke ran into. I think he just ran into this one a round or 2 back. So this one is going to sit on Algus, and you know what, at the end of the day, I think we're going to have Algus just take this hit rather than take the wounds. I don't really want him to get hurt this early on in the game. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, because I do want these two guys to stay together in this dungeon. So what we'll do is we'll just slide this stuff over as far as we can, just so we can have some space to grow this dungeon along the table. And what we're going to do is we're going to maybe use Algus's step token to start, because he's free and clear of monsters and doesn't seem to have anything to worry about. So we're going to step Algus into this room and then into this room. So that uses free step token. And now at this point, we'll just roll the dice so that we can get hopefully extra movement. And we did. So, and we actually got quite a good roll. So we got some healing. We got a bow, we got a sword, we got a shield. We need this to move, so we'll keep this. In terms of healing, he doesn't really need to heal, so I'm gonna re-roll both the healing. And that's a little bit better. So now we got some more movement and some more shields. So, what we're gonna do first, we're gonna take his 2 step, we're gonna dock that dice, and we're gonna go ahead and have Algus jump further into level 1 and see what he runs into. Now the fun part is in Masmorra, you already know because the tile is already flipped over. So we already know he's moving into a small room. And there we go. So now that he's moved into this smaller room, he's going to generate a minor monster, which I'll roll for right now. And it looks like we got some type of skeleton dude. Not too sure what he's about. Let's take a look over here. Oh no, never mind. He is a witch doctor. Witch doctor steals 1 XP from the hero unless it is defeated. Actually, I'm just double checking that I got it from the right bag. Did I? Actually doubted myself a little bit. No, I did. Yeah, it's considered a minor monster, sorry. So he does steal 1 XP from the hero unless it's defeated with magic. He's vulnerable to magic, can be used for range attacks against him. Well, we didn't generate too much magic, so it's likely that he's going to end up stealing an XP from Algus in the end, but so be it. We're going to have to just deal with it. So that monster's now in the room. We still have to pull over the tile to see what comes up next, and it will be another treasure. Looks like it's a treasure room. I don't know if we've had those yet or not. Nope, no treasures. So, all right, Algus, well, you've got this to work with, and he is a 2/2 in terms of attack and defense. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at Algus's, well, I guess what we could do easily is we're going to take a sword and a shield. We're going to dock both of them. That's going to generate actually, you know what? We know he's going to get hit. We know he's going to get hit in this situation because I don't have magic. So let's dock the shield to give myself 2 shields to block his attack in one melee. And then we'll use this melee here. This allows us to kill him and also block his attack back on us. But we won't be able to stop the 1 XP loss that he's going to throw at us. So in essence, we have actually killed this monster. So we can go ahead and reveal or at least give Algus the XP for this monster that he's just killed. So he's going to shuffle down the track from 3 to 5. So he sits there. He's going to gain himself a new treasure card, which is Dazzle and has some magic involved. This monster is now gone, but he is stealing 1 XP. So we're going to knock him right back down to 4. And then this monster's going to go right back in the minor bag. All right, and then we got a bow, we got ourselves a step, and we got ourselves a shield. So, what do we do now? We have the ability to move, but it is kind of dicey. We might want to take the risk though, just for the sake of time, and we know that the next room's kind of safe-ish. And we also have a couple cards here that we might be able to use in order to keep us alive. So, let's actually, for the end of his turn, let's actually risk it. And because fortune favors the bold, let's take Algus, send him into the treasure room to see what he finds. So this treasure room has 1 coin inside. It also has inside of a treasure chest, which we can open using a shield token, which I happen to have. But first we need to deal with a minor monster. And we got a blue one. And it looks like it's going to be an orc. So, just trying to keep these bags upright, but we got an orc. Orcs don't have any special abilities. They're the one monster that I'm aware of that doesn't do anything except just attack you. So at this point with Algus, we only have a bow and a shield. He's going to have to deal with this attack. Don't think there's nothing he can do to stop it per se. Well, he's contemplating his options. You know what I might do is I might actually, just to keep Algus healthy and to get him moving along the track, what I might do is I might regret this later. I really don't want to use this weaken or taunt card because it seems like kind of a waste right now. So maybe what I'll do is I will take the hit from the monster. He's going to generate 3. I'm going to use a shield to block one of them. So I'm losing 2 health. I'm going to keep my cards here. I really don't want to use them yet. And I'll dock this die or collect a bounty to get myself another coin to get myself up to 3 for August. And I think at this point we're actually going to sit here and stop. And what I'll do is I'll finish the round with August and then we'll move on to the next video. So this step token is going to clear up like so. The evil card that was on the table is going to go like this over to the discard pile. The counter is going to move down the row to 4. And I think that's everything squared away. Oh, one last thing that I forgot about and sometimes do. Oh, look at that. August gets hit with a curse. And he was supposed to lose an action die and discard this room. Well, you know what? I didn't do that. So the only fair thing to do is to take my coin that I gathered from that extra dice and chuck it because I wouldn't have gained that coin. So now we will pull over again. And now we've got a safe treasure room, so no more bad things happening. And at this point, we'll leave it as is. So this is currently the dungeon layout as it stands. One more thing, because there's always something. We gotta make sure we spawn for this one spawn that's here. Normally monsters would move first before they spawn, but this monster's already in a room, so he's not going anywhere. And it looks like we've got ourselves a revenant, which is a ghost who likes to just show up, smack you, and then disappear. So we'll be looking at that in the next episode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the playthrough so far, and subscribe if you want to see more in the future, because I plan on continuing to pump these out, and I'm really enjoying this game. So until next time, keep rolling solo.